Crime in the city of Detroit, where too many of our young people are dying or spending the rest of their lives behind bars. And that deadly shooting at the barbershop on the city's east side last night, that's just the latest in the crime wave that's washing over Detroit. But there is a group of men fighting to keep young boys and girls from a life of crime. It's called the 180 program, and the director of that program is joining us tonight, Raphael Johnson, to talk about what this group is, I guess we could say, quietly achieving.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell us about the 180 program. I know you work with not just young men in the city of Detroit, but women
absolutely
as well.
The 180 program is a curriculum-based program, behavior modification, works in the EAA, the DPS, River Rouge, Muskegon Heights, works, of course, with the Maury Povich Show on national television. Our focus is a challenge of thinking distortions that lead to poor grades, that lead to disciplinary referrals, that eventually lead to young people being kicked out of school, and ultimately leading to the events that we saw last night on the east side of Detroit.
How long has this been going on? And give us an idea.
This has been quietly going on for about 10 years. 10 years would be September.
So give us some success stories over these last 10 years.
So success stories is taking young people who probably had a reading level of 6th grade and the 9th grade, and in 6 months, close to 180 days of working with these young people, their reading level goes up, attitude increase, or gets better. The disciplinary referrals go down, and this has been happening again. It's quietly, we've been under the radar, and we've just been keeping a tracks of our numbers, measuring these students' outcomes and measuring them not just at the time that we service them, but measuring them once they get through the next grade, to college, etc. Absolutely.
This is a wonderful program because most kids in the city of Detroit get in trouble when they get out of school in that 4 to 6 p.m. range.
Absolutely,
right?
And that's where our after-school program it comes into effect, because it's between 4 o'clock and actually 7 o'clock. They went up where young people get engaged in different activities that lead to criminal behavior and trouble. Actually, that's that other 16 hours that they're not in school that become so prevalent over their lives. So it's very critical that we help them challenge those thinking distortions.
We saw the shooting just 24 hours ago at the barbershop, and we also saw that video we showed tonight of the young kids being hustled into a store to safety. So obviously kids were right in the middle of this, caught with parents and other young men. How do you stop that?
Well, you can't stop it on the back end. It has to start on the front end. That's one of the reasons why I dissolved the Detroit 300, because every single case that we helped solve in this city, we were chasing after young people. We were chasing after teenagers, committing rapes, robberies, murders, etc. So I decided to focus more so with the 180 program on the front end, catching these young people before they drop out of school, before they get kicked out, before they say, you know what, there is no more hope in the educational system. I'm going to go to the streets, and then whatever comes. So you stop it on the front end. You have to challenge the thinking distortions that's so prevalent. The thinking distortions that says, if I bump you, that means I got to shoot you. Right. If you look at me or stare at me wrong, that means you got beef. You got a problem with me.
Got to get them early.
And I got to get you. And that's the attitude that has become a part of the culture and climate. So you challenge that.
And Raphael, before we run out of time, we know this is near and dear to your heart because you didn't have your father at home in the city of Detroit, and you wanted to make a difference, right?
Absolutely. My father wasn't there because of some choices that he made. He's in there now. But young people who don't have fathers in their life, who walk to school past vacant homes and abandoned buildings and grass as tall as them, lights still out, buses not running, or for whatever reason it may be, at the end of the day, it's the children that suffer, because before you even get them into a classroom, they psychologically, they're not even there. They just went through trauma getting to school. Right. So you expect to increase academics, and you can't help them with those learning skills and those skill sets to challenge where they're at.
We got about 15 seconds. How do people get involved?
They can get involved. They can go to the EAA. They can go to DPS, wherever those mentoring groups are at. They can go to the 180program.us, the 180program.us, and again, they can get involved. Just go out on your porch, talk to some children, be visible, show a presence. Stop cowering behind looking at television, looking at the news. They have to get engaged. At least show your presence, and that's what the young people need. They need to see, really, to be honest. I always said this. They need to see men.
Well, they need to see men, and
children
that's a good
rarely
thing,
become what they don't see.
Right.
Exactly. So that's a wonderful thing. We have all of this information on our website at WXYZ.com. So make sure you go check out the 180 program, and we appreciate you being here tonight.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
All right, thanks, Raphael.
Thank you.
Appreciate all you do also. We're going to move on over to Dave.